So let's see. Okay. Hey guys, just became a Patreon member. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it. Loving what you guys are doing. Me and all my mates watch your videos daily in the house. Damn, you in college? Wondering if you guys can do my replay analysis. Let me. Really interested in the laning phase, especially. Good God, we always cover laning phase. It's important. It is important.
Yeah, I want somebody. Your guys' homework for next week is to give us some like team fight exclusive ones where you're just like, I don't know how to team fight, or I don't know how to high ground.
That would be great. There's a lot of replays in here. I'm loving that you guys are submitting a lot of replays. But I hope you can understand that, with like 25 replays in here, it's going to be pretty hard to get to all of them. We could do like a speed round maybe at the end and just crank through a bunch of them and talk about anything that we.
It's like the first 2 minutes of every game, just item builds, stuff like that.
Sure.
Or what we should do is we should just click into the middle of a replay just randomly and then start.
Fuck it. Sure, yeah, sure. Fuck it.
What are you doing right now?
We could also just go with every replay until we find one thing that is a mistake, and then just say like, learn that for the next week, and then come with another replay. Like, I feel like that makes sense.
That might be better, to be honest.
Because in Dota, you shouldn't be like, all right, I'm doing this wrong, and I'm going to fix all of these things in the next game. Nobody fucking does that. Yeah. Nobody fucking does that. That's good. Like, if you're trying to do that and fix all 5 things, that's why you're not good. If you're trying to do it that way. So I think that would actually work. All right.
Are we ever going to do draft pick analysis? Absolutely. Submit a replay and ask us to look at your draft. Like, happily.
I would love to do that. So, okay, that's Hockillionaire. And then next we have an anti-mage replay, which I'm actually excited to look at because it's a core replay. We're getting a lot of supports in here. Why is it? Why is it not? You what?
I converted everybody to being a support player, and now everybody's losing because they're playing support, and they're like, "How do I win? You said it would be easy."
I feel like it makes sense that we got a lot of supports in the community because I feel like when I look at our comments compared to like Dota Cinema's comments, it's way more like nice and like supportive and reasonable people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that just lends itself to supporting, where it's like caring, nice, positive people. And the cores are like, give me my fucking role or I feed,
Yeah, legit.
And then we got some of the crazies. We have some nut cases in the community too. And those are the offlaners. Those are the people that come to see me on this shit. Fucking wackos, dude. I love those guys. They're great. Anyway. So
we just watched you chase all the way to get first blood.
Who are we watching?
We're watching an Oracle.
Oracle, okay. So this is a 4-role Oracle, presumably?
Yep, looks like it.
With a core undying. That's very interesting stuff going on. Oh, you're TPing bot. Okay, I like that. That's nice. What you did there. Fighting like choosing to fight a specific rune as 3. And then TPing to the bot lane. That's fucking amazing. Do that in every game. Like, anybody watching this, you should do that. That is like, there's so many games.
Pro teams do.
Yes, so many games I see people just do absolutely nothing in the first like minutes of the game before the clock or before the horn sounds. And like, you're actually doing game-winning actions before the game even starts, giving yourself like that advantage. I love the D ward too. Fuck yeah. This is good so far.
I was gonna say that you should wait until the camp spawn the first time.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But like, if you think the pull is important, then just dewarding and knowing that there's not a ward there is enough. I actually think that's perfectly fine. A lot of supports do that.
That is a good point. If you think the pull is important, then go ahead and deward right away. Otherwise, you should just wait until they spawn so you can confirm and save your sentry. Especially, and I will say that especially because you're against a BH, so having a sentry in lane might be kind of nice, and you don't know when you're going to get the next one.
I would say against a BH, you should go 2 sentries if you can. Like, maybe even get your other support to pull your sentry. I like that you bought the sentry. You could like off yourself in some way and then go get the sentry for the laning when BH does get his invis. This is good shit so far. Yeah. I actually have like no criticisms of this.
Yeah, and then the pull's happening when the lane's up here. This is exactly the time that you want to be pulling.
All right, what bracket is this? Show me the bracket.
This is like Crusader.
What's that? What MMR is that?
Like 1.8k or something like that.
2K. What the fuck? You have to be a Smurf. What is this? This is all good stuff.
Yeah, so far. I agree.
And then you're just getting the last hit on the creep.
I think
So
I would probably stack this. Oh, I guess you're pulling the hard camp. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, this is good.
what is this? You're not 1K. You're not fucking 1K. This is bullshit. That's a hard pull too.
Yeah. So far, so good. I mean, the amount of support, the amount of
You
words.
stack pulled it too. You stack pulled it. It's stacked.
Yeah.
I have no problems with this so far.
Yeah. So far, I feel like I'm watching a
Professional.
pro replay.
This is really good. Look how fucked they're getting because of the pull. They're like trying desperately to last hit it and don't know what to do because the lane equilibrium's right in front of the tower.
Yep. And oh, holy shit! And you're level 1, and this guy's level 3 because you spent all of your time outside of experience range. And now look, he's level 3.5. This guy's level 2.5. This guy's under level 2.5. This guy's gonna be able to body these guys.
Jug is gonna destroy.
Yeah, he's gonna crush this lane in the next like level and a half. Especially with this, I mean, you got a root, you got the Blade Fury. Yeah, this lane is over for them already.
You actually won this lane. There's like not much more to look at other than like I guess maybe you fucked it up tremendously or something like that. But
we're getting debated. Oh, why? Why didn't you stack it? All right, huge mistake.
Well, he's pulling the side.
That's
not a huge mistake. That's good. That's fine.
It. Yeah. Okay.
This is perfectly fine.
I mean, he could have still stacked this.
And then you sent out a sentry and put the sentry in the lane for the BH.
Yeah, I'm actually baffled. This is like
there's nothing wrong so far. Like nothing like blatantly wrong. You're being a piece of shit, actually. You're really fucking annoying. You should feel ashamed, but also feel great about yourself. This is really annoying supporting. You're like giving this guy total free farm against a high pressure lane. Look how huge he is. He's fucking solo killing the BH.
Yeah.
That wasn't him. That wasn't him that did that. That was you. You are the reason he solo killed the BH because he's huge. Because you're being a good support. This is here,
and because the lane is here because you pulled it at the right time. So like literally, that's the really cool thing about playing a good support is that your carry's game. You know your carry. You get to the end screen. Your carry's like, GG easy comment. Give me comment, swap comment, and you're like, dog, I made
this is a fucking bait. This is a bait. Like you are not a 1K support. This is a fucking smurf. Go to this account. I do not believe that this is a 1.9K player.
Yeah.
I absolutely go to his account. I absolutely refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, commands 1,000. See, this could still be a smurf. Oh, look at this. Crusader, Archon. All right. No way. Go to this. Who's the guy with the wolf picture?
Are we doxing him right now?
I don't know. Well, if it's a fucking smurf, who cares?
No.
Australia.
Friends.
Level 8 Steam account. Like this could still be a smurf. I mean, my smurf.
I don't know. He's friends with Immortal Faith, so presumably he's gotten coaching from Immortal Faith a number of times, and Immortal Faith is an immortal player. So.
I have nothing to say. You're doing everything good in this laning phase, at least.
Anyway, everyone's saying that he's a smurf, but whatever. Let's continue to look at this replay because I mean, it's definitely worth learning from, right?
So your jug is just free to lane, do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, he just spun, put himself out of position. That's kind of on the jug. And you send out a ward with the sentries, and then you get 3 last hits. This is fucking bullshit. This is such bullshit. These are not 1.9K plays.
No, I mean they're not for sure.
That alone is bullshit because like 1.9K players will not use spells to secure last hits. Like that is like a strictly like divine and immortal concept. Like I had to fucking learn that concept.
Yeah,
by a professional coach.
Boots, more wards, dust of appearance. So I'm gonna see, 100% of Smurf. Like, there's absolutely no way that this is actually Crusader. I would say that this is not even probably not even an ancient player. It's like at the very least, it's probably a divine player.
I mean, if I had fucking supports like this in my Immortal games, I'd win every fucking game. Like, this is just... Either that's like a very, very lucky game, or just like total bullshit. Total bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. Let's see. Is he in...
He just submitted a replay.
Hawkillionaire. Just became a Patreon member. Love what you guys are doing. All my mates in the house watch your videos.
He's 13, 3, and 28. Like...
There's no way, dude. There's no way. I want to hear from this guy. That's so funny. It's just fucking debating us.
Pure
Support
Vessel
position.
Yules. 4,000. Yeah, I mean, this is... And they, I mean, they stomped, obviously.
Look at Jug, 18, 6, and 16, too. Just, like, owning. This is a good example of, like, even if you have moronic carries that are just going to get themselves killed and shit, they'll still destroy if you support them well enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I always say that, like, you know, if you hand, given that it's Dota, this sounds like a fucking racist comment, but it's, let me elaborate. If you hand like a monkey, you know, a steak knife, it's still like a very terrifying enemy. Like, you wouldn't want to walk into a cage and like try to confront that thing because it's gonna be swinging a fucking steak knife. You know, it's an idiot, but it's still got a fucking steak knife. It's still dangerous. So that's like, if you think your teammates are morons, like, even if you support them well, they're still a monkey with a steak knife. Like, you're still giving them that steak knife. They'll still be very terrifying. And like I said, that sounds racist, but it's the intelligence of the monkey that matters, you know. You know, we're apes. We're all apes.
We are.
It is. It's humbling to realize that. Mason to let me know that I was an ape in a pub recently.
All right. So I just want to look at this because I mean, legitimately, these are good support moves. Okay, so these are good support items to have as a position 5. Just regen and detection. Boots, like, that's all you really need. You need boots to be able to put yourself near your team, and then you need regen to be able to cast spells and stay near your team even after casting some spells. Come up here, placing a ward right here. This is exactly what I do all the time as a support, is because if you look at the map, all right, we have a mid tower, we've got a top tower, we still have our bottom tower. This tower is gone. This tower is gone. So now we need to decide where the next area to secure is. And that means it's either this tower, or both at the same time, which is what these kind of wards do. Because if you put a ward here and you put a ward here, now you've completely locked down their entire shrine area, which means that you can go for this tower without getting backstabbed. And it means you can go for this tower without getting backstabbed from this direction. And usually that's the direction that you really need to look out for, because you should be expecting shit to come from over here, because it's like probably the safest and easiest defensible place on the map for the Dire at this current point.
Yeah, it's almost always the enemy jungle that you want to secure, by the way, just because like there's a few reasons for it. Like the Jug, like what Jug wants to do and what most carries want to do at this point is just fucking farm. So he'll just be farming his own side of the jungle, doesn't really want to fight that much unless he has Omni Slash, or it's a very good fight. So you want to fight away from him, which in general is going to be in their jungle. Fight in their jungle means that if you win the fight, you get their towers. And then also, typically, it's going to be your offlaner that wants to fight and is strong at this point, and that is the area that your offlaner would like to occupy. So, like, warding up their jungle just makes sense for so many reasons at this point in the game. And playing around your Jug would actually be a mistake, and that's why this guy isn't, because he's a fucking 6k Smurf, and he knows that. So warding up the jungle is, like, super good. And this fight, if they lose this fight, it actually doesn't matter. This is why what they're doing is so good. Because look, bot, Jug is free farming. He's against a bounty hunter. Who gives a fuck about bounty hunter? Jug is going to be a monster in this game. There are 2 heroes down here, but he's still perfectly fine. He's just good with farming down here, getting his own thing. If they take this fight up here and they all die, they're not going to lose any towers, and Jug will keep farming. So it's just making space at the very least. And if they do win the fight, they get the towers because they have the area secured and they're in the area so that they can walk over quickly to the tower if they do want to fight. So, like, this is good for so many reasons.
Yep. And, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think that there might even be more than one Smurf on this team just because of how quickly these people are reacting to various things. But anyway, I did want to point out that this is another really, really important move that this guy does, which is that there's a fight going out here, and there's just kind of a tendency as a support to like just try and like be in the fight. And right now, it's actually more important for you to not be showing, because again, if you're not showing, the other team doesn't know where you are. So you think about going down and just kind of like wandering into the fight, and then you catch yourself and you're like, oh shit, I actually shouldn't be there. I should be up here completely safe because the other team has no idea where I am, and that way I can drop my spells from distance. So you do that, and then you see the Slark come, and then you run to go be near your team because you use them as a wall between you and the enemy team, which is like absolutely perfect positioning as a saving support like an Oracle. So this is exactly how you want to play this. False promising yourself is actually fine because you're taking their Puck, who's their mid laner, away from the fight. Meanwhile, they are killing everybody else.
Actually, Jug killed Disruptor bot because of the space that's being made here. Funny enough.
Yeah, and so I mean, maybe you're gonna lose this fight, but at the very least, you're giving your team time to potentially get a couple of kills here or come out even in this fight because you've taken their highest level hero, their most farmed hero, away from the fight. So this is another thing that you can do as a support is like when you go into a fight, number one is like, okay, positioning, am I in danger? How do I get myself to an effective range to where I'm not in danger but can still use my spells? If somebody goes on me, how do I get this hero that's going on me out of the fight? The answer is usually to run away and kite them. And if you can kite like, let's say that the Juggernaut was on the other team. Let's say a Juggernaut jumped on you and he Omni Slashes you and you false promise yourself and you literally just run way the fuck away from your team. And then a Juggernaut is stuck over here and he has to run all the way back to the fight. Meanwhile, his team is just getting cleaned up by your team. It's basically like, if you think about it that way, a level 7 Oracle has essentially killed a Puck because the Puck has not been in the fight. Right? This entire time.
I mean, you just think of it in terms of just like the roles that you're trading off. Like you're trading a support for a core not being in the fight, and as a result, Undying is having a fucking fantastic time here, just completely obliterating them. This is something that I do on Pudge consistently because like people have the tendency to freak out on Pudge, and like I'll go for a hook, I'll make myself a distraction, cores will chase me, and then I'll just run and try to split the fight. And a lot of the time, what happens is I die and I feed, and I'm like 0-7 in the game. But my team is like completely crushing, and it's just like if you're in a fight and you realize that the enemies are chasing you and being idiotic, like you need to allow them to make that bad decision by running away and making it an even worse decision. And typically people overcommit, and then because they've overcommitted, they see it as like a sunken cost that they need to, oh, I've already committed to this guy, I have to keep chasing him, keep running, make it even worse for them. And then that's how you will like completely crush a fight as a very a very not farmed hero, and take out like a hero that's incredibly farmed on the enemy team, essentially killing them, like Donnie said.
Yep. One thing I will say is that you should be dispelling this track. Aha! I found a mistake.
Ah, there you go.
You've got a purge on a pretty low cooldown. You might as well just dispel the track because track is essentially the only thing that Bounty Hunter can do at this point in the game. And so if you can just dispel his track every time, then he's not a hero and he's basically dead. All right, let's go on to the next replay.
Okie dokie. Well, that was interesting, at least.
Yeah, we got some good stuff from that.
Lying piece of shit. God, I mean, if you really are 1.8k and that's how you support, you're not going to be 1.8k for long. Like, that's... It happens. I'm not a non-believer. You know, it happens where somebody like gets coached, they really improve their gameplay, but then they're at an MMR bracket where they actually shouldn't be there. That does happen. I mean, you're gonna make changes and just get better. So it obviously will have to happen at some point. So David linked another support. So we're gonna, just because we've done so much support, we'll skip that